one of the companies that have really grown and grown and grown, and there's a reason because shooters love their products, Walther. A new product from Walther. We're going to welcome in Cody Osborne. Cody, welcome in, man.
Hey, what's up, man? How you been doing?
Good. So the PDP. Let's talk about this because this is a big new launch for you guys.
It is. It's probably our biggest launch in company history, honestly. We're super excited to get it out there. It really kind of started when we look at the PDP series and then where it was at. It was kind of creeping up on 11 years old now. And we kind of realized a few years ago that we really needed, there's a lot of options out there to improve upon that platform and make it a little bit more modern.
So, I mean, when people pick this gun up, there are a few observations that I start right off the bat is Walther, to me, has always been known to very much focus on grip and trigger. And you haven't changed that as far as this being a Walther gun. I mean, you pick it up and there's a ton of wonderful ergonomics to the grip and it has a really nice trigger. But why did you guys go with the Duty name in this? What does the Duty mean for you guys?
Well, for one, most people will think it's just directly law enforcement. And I will say that is half of it. We really wanted to jump into the U.S. Law enforcement market a lot more. We wanted a product, a more complete lineup. And that's why you see the PDP now with a full-size grip frame too. But the other half of Duty, we see it as more, and you see the tagline around it, it's your duty to be ready. And it doesn't matter if you're law enforcement or a civilian or what your aspect is. We want you to be prepared for the situation, whatever it might be.
So one of the big deals with the PDP was really optimizing this to have optics on it. So what did you guys do to accomplish that?
So a lot of different things. And, most people think just attaching a red dot to it, yes, you can't shoot with a red dot, but there's things that we can do to help that be a little bit more efficient. So first thing what we did was this new optics system. If you look at the slide, we've actually made it a little bit more squared off, but if you look, it's the same profile as the PDP series. And what we did is we took those serrations and we built them out from the profile to give you a lot more purchase on these slide serrations. And two, it kind of widened it up to be able to get that red dot placed on top there. What we did is we kind of took it a little step further, and we worked with some of the best red dot pistol instructors in the game right now, and worked on the actual ergonomics of how you point a gun. And if you see no finger grooves, and we have this little kick out on the bottom here.
Okay.
And what that does is when you get your pinky on there, that helps create more pinky pressure. And what that does is whenever you point a dot, if you're a right-hand shooter, the majority of the time, if you can't see that dot, you're high and to the left.
True.
And so all you do is squeeze that pinky and you'll see that dot drop right into place. So what we want to do is get that kicker and actually create that pressure to help, as you point out, it creates that pressure, drops the nose of that pistol down and gets that red dot right in your field of view a lot faster.
You're right. That does make sense because most of us are bringing it in too high on the front and having to adjust. So the harder you grip, the more it's going to kind of torque downwards, I guess. And you're right, the slide, kind of going back to the slide, it definitely seems beefier to me. The PPQ, there was a sleekness to it. And these slide serrations, though, I guess the way you describe it is you're building them out from the slide as opposed to cutting into the slide, because these things are chunky.
And that's what, and that's we named on the marketing term, but Superterrain Slide Serrations. And we basically got that because subterranean is below the surface and superterranean is above the surface.
They're like mud tires, Cody.
Exactly. And what we want to do is like I said, we built this gun for a purpose. Like, these are for people going out, training, shooting, getting better. And when you get out there and shoot a lot and you're training and you have those slippery, low cut serrations that are basically there for looks, it gets really annoying. And two, with it being a little beefier too, when you get a red dot on this, you can still come over the top of that red dot and get those serrations. So whether it's rear, front, or just using the optic itself, you have a lot of different options to operate that slide.
So talk about the texturing you guys put on these grips.
Yeah, I kind of stemmed from, if you've seen our steel frame series, the Q4 and Q5 steel frames, it's kind of one of those light bulb moments where oh man, I think we kind of perfected this texture thing, and we really wanted to get it incorporated under a polymer frame, which is incredibly difficult if you see the detail into this texturing. But we were able to get it done, kind of mimic that that style and that look of the steel frame series, and give you this performance duty texture. And if you look inside of it, they're little tetrahedrons. So it's almost kind of like little pyramids inside each little circle there. And what this does is it's non-abrasive. So we can rub this. You can carry it all day. It's not going to rub holes in your clothes. It's not going to rub your skin raw. But whenever you squeeze down on this, it bites into your hand. And so it gives you a nice, firm, tacky grip. No matter what, wet or sweaty hands, any of that stuff, it's actually going to bite through that, give you some good purchase on that pistol, and keep that recoil control down.
So a couple other things on this. You've got a couple different sizes. Talk about those, compare them.
With the launch of this PDP, we launched the compact 4-inch size, which is the same as what we've done in the past, 15-round capacity. But we also launched along with it a full-size frame, which is new from Walther. So it's about a half-inch longer on the frame, but gives you 18-round capacity instead of 15-round. And two, we've made everything modular. So slides can be swapped 4-inch, 4.5. We got some other slide links coming later. They can all be swapped between each other. They all use the same parts, things like that. So you can kind of choose what you want. If you want that full-size grip frame, if it fits your hand better, you can go with that. And it's pretty cool. We incorporated a lot of the same aspects, the interchangeable back straps, and those red dot ergonomics, that kicker. So really trying to get you to get it to fit to your hand best.
Okay, Walther PDP. Cody, it's in stores now, right?
It is. It's already out there, so we get them.
Out in the wild. Okay, well, I haven't shot it yet, so I'm going to get this one to the range right now. All right, so right out of the box, right out the range, Walther PDP Compact. And one of the things we've talked about is when you pick up a Walther, the grip has great ergonomics. Nice feel in the grip. And we talked about the texture on this. It's something about it that you really do feel like the gun's not gonna move around in your hand and slip and slide. This is the compact. Honestly, the full size, they're not that much different. The compact is a little bit smaller. Because of the way they've put some of the controls on this, this is something that you're gonna wanna get out and shoot a lot, and it's very comfortable that way. Let's just put a couple shots and we'll kind of talk through a couple of things that Cody was telling us about. So, nice trigger. We're gonna go slow and feel the trigger. Very short reset on it. Still plenty of heft to it, and we were kind of joking about these serrations being like mud tires, and they are chunky. I mean, I can grab it from the front, I can grab it over the top. It's no problem at all getting the grip on this gun. Also, the big paddles on the side. We're talking about locking it back, running it with one hand, shooting it with one hand even, no problem at all. I gotta say, this is a comfortable gun to shoot. Now, Cody was talking about what they did with this little part here. Kind of a way for you to ratchet down on the gun by controlling your grip strength on that pinky and help you get the gun down. Because it really is true for a lot of people, you come in like this, and look at where the gun's pointed. A lot of people come in this way. And when you're running when you're running iron sights, that kind of helps you pick up that front sight. You find the front sight and then you lay it down. Okay, that works. But the thing is, when you're running a red dot, which more and more people are today, you really would like the gun a little bit flatter, coming out like this, and then look right here, I can see the red dot, it's on target. I can shoot and hit, okay? But if you get it flat, now you're picking up the red dot there. I see the red dot, okay? Now if you crank down on it, this little knob here helps you do that. And it just helps you get the gun down a little bit, which I think is really a great idea, actually. So let's shoot a little bit more. Comfortable gun to shoot. I mean, Walther knows grip, trigger, that's their whole deal. Now let's talk about the red dot and the plates. Now this is cool what they've done. They have plates for pretty much everything, and when you get the gun, you just go onto Walther's website, you enter your serial number, and they'll send you whatever plate you want for free. First plate's free, not a bad deal. So now you have the plate that you actually need for the optic that you already have, which I like that a lot. You know, it's a shooter, it's comfortable. I think a lot of people are gonna like this. This is something that you take to the range, carry it, you could compete with it, certainly. Pretty versatile.